What up, YouTube? YouTube, what up? Today we're taking a deep dive into the land of the queens of the Stone Age. There are a few key traits that a song must achieve if it is to be considered to sound like Queens of the Stone Age. It needs to be dark, sexy, and you need to be able to picture driving on a desert highway any time of day, really. So that's what we're going to try and achieve. I think there are two sort of feels that Queens of the Stone Age songs go for. There's either the straightforward punky thing that goes like do do da do 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 da, or a sort of swingy polka type thing. It's like do da do da do da do. And I opted to go for that for the latter because you can see in Josh Homme's Guitar Moves episode that learning the polka sort of influenced him in his guitar playing, at least. So yeah. I did that, and this song is at 150 BPM, because I feel like Queens of the Stone Age songs are generally kind of fast. I tuned the guitars and bass down to C standard, which is the tuning that I believe No One Knows is in. In this song, we try to take many different facets of different Queens of the Stone Age songs and put them together, sort of. But I think the two that you'll hear the most of are maybe No One Knows and 3s and 7s. I mostly went for the vibe of Songs for the Dead, but also in the chorus, I really like 3s and 7s, so I try to do an homage to that. But here's the main riff. So that's what the song is based off of. There's a short intro where all the instruments sort of come in and do a No One Knows type intro where it's like, dun, dun, dun. And then the song kicks off. The amps that I chose were just amps that I was just playing and just listening to different amps in the distorted section of Logic's instrument selection thing. And I found that Bell Bottom Rock, I think it's called, sounds pretty Queens of the Stone Age-y to me, at least, because it's bassy and deep and just sounds dirty. So that's what I went for, like the super loud guitar tone for both Josh and Troy's guitar, I guess. For the verse, though, where it's just Josh playing the main riff while I'm singing, I guess, it's on Black DI. Sort of sounded to me like a slightly more subdued Queens of the Stone Age-esque tone. For the chorus, I had the rhythm guitar, or Josh, do the chords, like follow along the chords, while Troy is flanging and pan to both sides. It's the same bell-bottom rock thing for Troy during the chorus, while Josh's guitar stays on the Black DI, just to have a little bit of psychedelic thing. I wanted it to be similar to the part in 3s and 7s where it's like, I feel like you might know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I wanted it to be like that. So that's what I did. And then it does the verse again, and then it does the chorus again. And then we move on to a bridge, which leads into a guitar solo. For the bridge, I just did more power chords, and then I did a little riff thing that sounds really Queens of the Stone Age to me, where it's the root note and then some little lick, and it just goes back and forth between the root note and the lick. Very repetitive, but just like thunderingly tough. The guitar solo is played on the high octane stack amp. I just put a whammy pitch shifter on it to make it sound like a Pog, because I feel like that's a Josh Homme type of pedal to use. After the solo, it goes back into another verse, but it's going toward the end, so it's just loud, and it's just a louder verse, basically. Then it goes back to the bridge, root note, and lick back and forth thing, and then the song ends. Those are the instrument tones and the main structure of the song. Let's move on to el vocals. For lyrics, I talked about love and intimacy, I guess, but in like a alluding to darkness and evil type way, I think. I mean, when the lyrics end up playing, when the song plays later, it may be easier to understand. One of the main Queens of the Stone Age traits that I pick up on is that vocal harmonies are usually like fifths. The harmonies usually sound pretty eerie to me. So, going back to the feeling of darkness and whatnot. That's everything, I think. So I'm just going to play the song now, and I hope you enjoy. Let's hear it.
Smooth
that was it. Uh, I think I did pretty good on this one. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Like I go back and forth between thinking like, wow, that's really Queens of the Stone Age, and that's just kind of metal in a way. But I feel like Queens of the Stone Age is like just alternative desert metal with psychedelic elements. But you know, I'm going back and forth on it. But overall, I think I got pretty close to sounding like Queens of the Stone Age. Tell me what you think. Let me know which artists I should do next time. I love you. Thank you for subscribing. It's the first time I've ever said subscribe in a video. I don't know how I feel about it yet. This was Jolioli coming at you. Bye.